Good afternoon, Chair, and through you. My name is Nina Deeb. I am a real estate broker. I've been a full-time realtor since 1996. On this act, so development charges, otherwise known as lot levies, were introduced in Ontario in the early 1980s. This was the creation of a new tax. This concept was that growth should pay for growth, and the existing population would not be paying for the new subdivisions that are being built. Development was paying for the new infrastructure. Therefore, this tax was front-loaded onto the cost of new homes. Over 40 years, what was recoverable under development charges has been expanded. The development taxes of today have surpassed the price of a single detached home in Ontario when this tax was introduced. Development charge waivers were introduced in the 90s to revitalize city core areas, among other municipal priorities. This waiver meant the development taxes were shifted to the rest of the tax base. This practice has been recently expanded to waive any development taxes on any housing project that meets the definition of affordable. Developers have been empowered with shifting their tax responsibilities onto taxpayers province-wide. I would like to delete Schedule 1. Changing definitions of affordability will not be making housing affordable. Linguistics are being used to diminish housing affordability and to shift developer taxation to the people of Ontario. Over the last 47 years, the province of Ontario has been setting many places at the table for private corporations to add on inflation to the cost of housing. One of these examples recently is the Condominium Authority of Ontario. These private corporations at the expense of housing participants. 6 Ontario condominium residents died within 1 year of the Condominium Authority's tribunal's expansion of arbitration dispute resolution powers. All delegated authorities must be abolished. These authorities break the law they're entrusted with. Private corporations are mandating billions of dollars to themselves. These private corporations are run by former members of Parliament, top public service staff, and their partisan loyalists. These corporations do not pay taxes. They provide no value to society. They have no product. All these corporations do is eat. Consumer protection is protection for corporations. Organized real estate in Ontario was released into self-regulation in 1997. This partisan group that claims to have released it also captured it by appointing their loyalists and party members to the executive composition of these corporations. Examples are the Ontario Real Estate Association, Tarion, HCRA, CAO, BAO, etc. There's others. This is a policy loophole of redefinition and recategorizing to force funds from others. All the one-person opinion and one-person rule legislation must be repealed. The individuals with this power include registrars of private corporations, mayors, and ministers. All delegate authorities should be abolished. These are often the private businesses of former politicians and the top public service officials. This is a network consortium of 108 private corporations.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Ms. Steve. Can you just back away a little bit from the microphone? It's just hurting us here a little bit on the recording. Thank you. Just back up a little bit more.
Sure. This is a network consortium of 108 private corporations. Their financial harvest of billions of dollars per year is not taxed. Their businesses are protected from the provincial independent watchdogs.
Somehow,
still
don't
loud?
lean forward. Yeah, you're leaning
Loud?
into it. I'm sorry, just to be. It's just.
It's
There you
seat.
go.
I'm tipped into it by the seat.
Yeah, don't tip in. Don't get so close. That's great. Thanks so much. Sorry about that.
These are often the private businesses of former politicians and top public service officials. This is a network consortium of 108 private corporations. Their financial harvest of billions of dollars per year is not taxed. Their businesses are protected from the provincial independent watchdogs. These private partisan corporations are running a wealth transfer system. These corporations break the law. In conclusion, I would like to say that all the new corporations created in positions of authority since 1976 must be abolished. Monopoly power authority must never leave government. These are political corporations. Waiving taxation responsibilities onto taxpayers is undemocratic. Developers do not share their profits with the people of Ontario. The people of Ontario are not interested in paying the taxes of developers. The definition of affordable housing must be based on the net income of the people of Ontario. All the people of Ontario. This includes the people of Ontario on no DSP. This includes the people of Ontario that are single parents. This includes everyone in Ontario. This definition must be all-encompassing. We can't hook the definition up to market. The market will not provide the housing that we need for individuals living on ODSP. But these are individuals that live in our province, and we must provide all this housing. When the federal government stepped away in the early 90s and downloaded housing responsibilities to the provinces turned around and downloaded this responsibility to the municipalities. The municipalities need the assistance to do the job that that has been given to them. They've been given the responsibility of housing, and then they're handcuffed and shackled in being able to provide this very important service. The reason housing is so important is because without housing, everything else falls like dominoes. Everything will cost us more. The people of Ontario will fail if they don't have housing. Sometimes they die. So housing is very important for government to play a very active role in, not to step away from. We need assistance to the municipalities, not handcuffs. We need money to be headed to the municipalities. The municipalities can make their acquisitions.
Thank you very much for your presentation.